Have you ever sat at your desk daydreaming about what life could be if you didn't have to work a 9 to 5? Maybe you imagine traveling whenever you want, waking up without an alarm clock, or spending more time doing things that you actually enjoy. You think, one day I'll figure it out. But then another year passes and you're still working the same job, still stressed about money, and still convincing yourself that someday things would change. The problem isn't that you don't want financial freedom. You do. But the process of getting there feels so overwhelming that you don't do anything. Every time you try, it feels like an impossible mountain to climb, so you put it off. And another year slips away. And here's the truth. Financial freedom isn't achieved through one big life-changing decision. It is actually built through small, consistent actions that compound over time. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to break free in 5 simple steps. Even if you lack motivation, even if you feel stuck, and even if you have failed before. Step number 1, shrink the mountain. The power of starting small. One of the biggest reasons people don't take action is because their goals feel too big. You see someone making $10,000 a month from their side hustle and you think, that's impossible for me. So you don't even try. But what if you didn't focus on $10,000 a month? What if you just focused on making just $10 extra this week? Every big success story starts small. The entrepreneur making millions today, they probably actually started by making their first dollar online. The investor with a 7-figure portfolio, they likely started with a single stock purchase. If you want to reach financial freedom, stop thinking in terms of massive, overwhelming goals. Instead, focus on tiny, achievable steps that you can start today. For example, if you want to save $10,000, start by saving $1 per day. If you want to start a side hustle, spend 5 minutes researching business ideas. If you want to invest, just open a brokerage account. You don't even have to put money in it. Just open it. The key is to make it so small that it feels effortless. Because when something is easy, your brain doesn't resist it. And once you start, you build momentum. Step number 2, build systems, not willpower. Most people believe that they need a lot more motivation to succeed. But motivation is actually temporary. You might feel inspired after watching a video, but by the next day, that energy fades. If you rely on motivation alone, you will fail. Instead of trying to be motivated all the time, create systems that make progress automatic. When something becomes part of your routine, you don't have to even think about it. You just do it. Here are a few simple systems that make financial progress easy. Automate your savings. Set up a recurring transfer, even if it is just $5 a week. Once it is automatic, you don't have to rely on willpower. Block money time. Set aside 15 minutes a day to work on a side hustle, learn a new skill, or research investments. Put it on your calendar like an important meeting. Use technology to your advantage. Apps like Acorn or Robinhood round up spare change and invest it for you. That way, you're building wealth without even noticing. By setting up system, you remove friction. You don't have to force yourself to make good decisions. They just happen automatically. Step number 3, the 2-minute wealth rule. Trick your brain into taking action. The hardest part of doing anything is starting. Your brain is wired to avoid pain and seek comfort. That's why when you think about starting a business, saving money, or investing, your brain instantly finds reasons to delay it. It is too complicated, I'll do it later, I don't have enough time. But there's a simple hack to override this, and that's the 2-minute rule. Instead of committing to a huge task, promise yourself you'll work on it for just 2 minutes, and that's it. If you want to start investing, spend 2 minutes opening a brokerage account. Want to save money? Take 2 minutes to cancel a subscription you don't use. Wants to start a side hustle? Spend 2 minutes listing an old item for sale online on Facebook Marketplace or eBay. What happens next is powerful. Once you start, it is easier to keep going. Your brain resists starting, but once you're in motion, it naturally wants to continue. Think of it like pushing a heavy ball. The first push takes effort, but after that, momentum keeps it rolling. Your goal is to basically get the ball moving. Step number 4, reward progress, not perfection. Most people give up because they don't see instant results. They save money for a month but still feel broke. They start a side hustle but don't make a profit right away. But success isn't about immediate results and instant gratification. It is about sticking with it long enough to see compounding take effect. This is why you need to celebrate small wins. If you save your first $100, treat yourself to a small reward. If you make your first $10 online, take a screenshot and remind yourself that it is possible. If you invested for the first time, tell someone about it, maybe a friend, because that reinforces that you're taking action. These celebrations don't have to be elaborate. A simple acknowledgement, like writing down your achievement or sharing it with friends, creates a powerful positive reinforcement. When the brain receives this reward, it strengthens the habit and makes consistency easier. Remember, financial freedom isn't just about reaching the destination, it is about acknowledging each step along the way. Step number 5, understanding that most people would never escape, but you can. Here's the truth. Most people would never escape their 9 to 5, not because they don't want to, but because they never take action. They remain trapped in a cycle of working for someone else's dreams rather than building their own path to financial independence. While they might complain about their situation, they rarely commit to making the necessary changes. They wait for the perfect moment that never arrives. They make excuses about not having enough time, money, or knowledge. They tell themselves that they will start someday when conditions are ideal. Years pass by and they remain exactly where they started, wishing for change but unwilling to create it. But you're different because now you know the secret that separates those who achieve financial freedom and those who merely dream about it. You understand that the journey doesn't require perfection. It simply requires beginning. You don't have to be rich to start investing. You can start with pocket money. Even $5 a week consistently invested would grow substantially over time thanks to compound interest. You don't have to quit your job to build a business. You can start with 15 minutes a day. Many successful entrepreneurs build their empires in the margins of their schedule while still working their full-time job. You don't need motivation. You just need small, consistent actions. The daily habits that you establish, however tiny, eventually create massive results through the power of compounding. So here's a challenge for you. Pick one tiny action to do today. Don't overthink it or worry about choosing the perfect starting point. The simple act of beginning, of making the first move toward financial independence is far more powerful than waiting for the right time or the perfect plan. Some example could be download an investing app like Robinhood or Acorn and spend just 5 minutes exploring the interface. You can also Google ways to make money online and bookmark 3 ideas that resonate with your skills and interests for further exploration tomorrow. You can also set up an automatic saving transfer. Even if it is just $1 per day or $10 per week, the amount matters less than establishing the habit. Just one tiny action. That's all it takes to start changing your life. This simple step, however small it might seem at the moment, represents something profoundly important. Your commitment to breaking the cycle of inaction that keeps most people financially dependent forever. The people who achieve financial freedom, they're not the smartest or the most talented. They don't necessarily have special advantages or privileged backgrounds. In fact, many started with significant disadvantages. They are just the one who stopped waiting and started doing. They understood that imperfect action today is infinitely more valuable than a perfect action someday. They embraced the power of small beginnings and trusted the process of compound growth, both in their finances and in their habits. So what is your move? Which tiny action would you take in the next 24 hours to begin your journey toward financial independence? Remember, you don't need to see the entire path. You just need to take the first step. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.